Hey everyone, this is Karen Waxman, founder of Retail MBA. And today I want to talk about how do I start selling to retail chains. So if you have a great product and you're wondering how do you start selling to retailers, I want to give you some quick tips and strategies on how to do that and how to get started today. With that said, let's get started on our quick training. So let's talk about starting to sell to retail chains. A common question that comes up all the time in my workshops and classes is how do I start selling to retail chains? I have a new product, or I have a product and I want to sell to stores. And the first thing you need to do, honestly, is you need to get retail ready. You can't just go after a retail chain without being retail ready, meaning that your pricing is correct for stores, that your packaging is accurate, that you have all the different softwares and things set up properly, insurance. There's a whole slew of things that you have to do in order to work with retail chains. So step one before actually reaching out to them is actually making sure that the product is retail ready. To give you an example, we have a done for you service where we actually reach out to retailers on people's behalf. We, for years, just sold a training and coaching system and other things. But the service came up because people were asking us to reach out to stores. My point in sharing that with you is people will have to fill out a form before I can actually even consider going after stores for them. And that form will include, I need to see imagery and I need to see your product pricing and all these things. I need to know what you've set up so far so that I could actually take an assessed look. And then if I believe that you're actually retail ready, meaning I can literally go after a store tomorrow, that's when I start selling to retail chains, hopefully with you if we worked out the details. The point is that I need you to have a lot of things done for me to do my job. And a lot of people get so overzealous, so excited about selling the stores that they don't have these things in place. Now, the good news is if you want to know what you need to do, we actually have a training coaching system called Retail MBA. And honestly, it'll walk you through everything there is to know about selling a retail chain, the prep part, and all the details. But for me, as a person who sells products to stores, that's what I need first. I need it to be retail ready. And there's no exceptions because if I brought a buyer an idea at a chain store, she would be mad at me. She doesn't have time to look at products that are really ideas, unless it's like a family friend and they're nice enough to look at stuff. But generally, they want a product they can buy on the spot. Otherwise, don't bother them. And you actually are deterring yourself from making money. So in regards to the starting part, it's actually doing that part properly. And that's actually not quick. It's not a quick thing to do. The hardest part is the prep part for stores. The easiest part is the actual reach out and trying to get a buyer to buy, and then the tweaks associated with that. It's much harder to prepare a product for stores that will actually convert into a sale. Like when people come to me with a product and they've done their packaging and everything, sometimes you did it completely wrong. And it's not going to work for a store. That's scary. That's infuriating. That's frustrating. But you have to do what you have to do. And that's part of this business. You have to do what you have to do. So the bottom line answer is you do need to do your prep work. And also, before you start actually selling to them, you need to know your numbers and the things that a buyer is going to ask you as well. So we always say, again, the prep work, setting up properly is 80% of the work. 20% is the actual reach out and closing of deals with retailers. It's actually the single most important aspect of it, including preparing the words to use, the marketing, collateral, all that stuff. That is the core component of pitching a buyer. And when done correctly, you can make so many millions of dollars with a retail chain. One chain store order can change your life entirely. So I hope that helped you get a perspective on selling to stores. The other thing I would say is that if you are actually already retail ready, if I was to give you one little nugget of gold in regards to selling to retail chains, as of late, there are retailers that are popping up all over the place that are marketplaces. For years, you could only sell to a retail chain through their website or in their stores. And Walmart created a marketplace, which is like an Amazon. So basically, if you want to sell on Amazon, you fill out a form, they approve you, you go on their site, right? Walmart has that. They started a marketplace to compete with Amazon. As of late, there's about a dozen retailers that are starting marketplaces. Why does that matter to you? You could conceivably sell on HomeDepot.com as an example through their marketplace, which is actually a big deal. It doesn't mean that you're getting a purchase order. It doesn't mean that it's the same thing as selling to HomeDepot.com. It means that you basically get to be under the HomeDepot.com website in a different way, like an Amazon seller, someone who's actually filling out forms and submitting their product on the site. The difference is you're not getting a purchase order and all these things, but you are getting on their website, which receives many millions of people a month coming to their site. So that is the reason why you'd want to consider it. And so that is a way that you can start today. This is Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA. If you want to know all about the marketplaces, how to get into stores, and so forth, and how to make real money with stores, because unfortunately with marketplaces, it's like starting another business. You can put something up on a site, but if no one knows about it, there's things you have to do to scale it. And again, my goal would always be to get a purchase order. So if I could get the buyer at Walmart.com to buy my stuff, or Walmart stores, or the same thing for Home Depot, I would rather do that. But ultimately, it's a great first start, and it at least gets you started and moving and so forth. This is Karen Waksman, Retail MBA. Our trainings and coaching systems and our live events and everything are listed on .com. Thanks so much.